Hi everyone, it's Kute here, sending you big love wherever you are right now. Today's short video blog is about the power of hustle. The power of hustle. I think there's a lot of talk in the spiritual world about, just connect with the universe and it just happens and I can just sit around and manifest, things manifest and the parking spot will manifest, people will manifest, the weight's just going to melt off of my thighs if I just think about it, the soulmate will just show up, I can just stay at home in my nightgown and they're just going to knock on my door. In order for manifestation to happen, there's feelings, there's thoughts, and there's words. Feelings, thoughts, words need to be coherent and in alignment. That creates your vibration. Feelings, thoughts, words creates your vibration. But then what's needed is some kind of, let's say, delivery system or vehicle that can channel the feelings, thoughts, words, vibrations into physical form. Whether it's a business, whether it's a project, whether it's some physical something that you do or express, then what's needed is a strategy so that you're moving elegantly and intelligently, but also what's needed is action. Action is often a missing component that I've seen. A lot of people don't take action that is based on the authenticity of your heart. And I'm not talking about just being busy. I'm not talking about just running around like a headless chicken. I'm talking about taking action that is effective, that is intentional, that is fueled by love. And sometimes there's this myth that, when I find my life purpose, when I find this life purpose and when I align with that purpose, everything's going to be easy. Everything's going to be just like unicorns will play violins and life is good. The angels will be just there on my shoulder eating, ice cream with me and listening to Beethoven music. And it's just going to be like so easy. And look, not that it has to be a struggle, right? In one of my videos, I talk about how struggle is laced with ego, struggle is laced with resistance, but hustle is from the soul. The reality is Gandhi was a hustler. Gandhi hustled. He worked every day to fulfill his vision. Martin Luther King was a hustler. He worked day in, day out, tirelessly to fulfill his vision. JFK, Bob Marley, Bruce Lee was a hustler, worked every day doing that one move, doing his karate 12, 13, 14 hours a day to fulfill his vision and to be the best that he could be. Mother Teresa, hugging people, she was hustling, she was a hustler. They worked hard, they were on fire with the vision, they were on fire with their vision, they were on fire with their vision, they were on fire with their vision and what was seeking to manifest and move through them. And they realized that it wasn't just going to happen by sitting around and meditating, it wasn't going to happen by simply doing an om, it wasn't going to happen just by having a nice intention, it wasn't going to happen by just sitting around and journaling. To bring the unmanifest into the manifest in the three-dimensional world, they were going to have to be in action. One of the reasons I think that we resist hustling, we resist being in action, a couple of things is the ego is often has a desire to seek and 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 never really find. So if it doesn't really get into real authentic action, hustling, then it doesn't have to find anything, because eventually if you hustle and you work and you work and you work and you work and you put the effort into life and you take the action, the consistent, by the way, action, eventually you're going to arrive, you're going to find. Part of my success in life has been hustle. I have woken up and worked. I was going to say hard, but it didn't really feel hard, it just felt intentional. And I think there's a difference between hard and intentional, right? So I look at the greats, they didn't just wake up great. And a lot of you might say, well, Michael Jordan, he just had a gift. Gandhi just had a gift. Kute, you had a gift. This person had a gift. But the reality is every single person that attained or achieved or fulfilled their potential and experienced the fulfillment of their heart's desires in the world, they were born like you. They were naked like you. They pooped their pants like you and I. They burped, as babies. They fart. They use the restroom. They go through all the same stuff every single day, but they committed. They made a commitment to their vision. So you have to let go of this myth that, okay, once you align with your life purpose, it's just going to be easy and it's just going to unfold, it's going to happen. I believe that's not always the case. Sometimes when you find your life purpose, it's even more challenging. When you find your life purpose, now your purpose, you know what it is, it consumes you. When you find your life purpose, sometimes you'll go through more challenges than just sitting on the couch and thinking about it, because you're in action, you're in life. So that's one myth you have to let go of, that it gets that necessarily it gets easier. And the other thing is, you have to stop praying for life to get easier. You know, something we pray, like, if I do this meditation, if I evolve, if I do this yoga, if I get certified, if this happens, then life will get easier. Life is life. Life has always been life. Life will always be life. It's the ocean. It's like praying for the ocean to have no waves. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the great surfers, the Kelly Slaters of the world, and the Laird Hamiltons, the big wave surfers? They're in the ocean, and it's not like, oh, I surfed that wave. I hope there's no more waves. I hope it gets easier. So what you have to do is as you're in the hustle flow, what you have to do is not pray for life to get easier, but pray to and work to develop the inner spiritual, psychological, mental, and emotional muscle to expand your capacity to deal with life. When you expand your capacity to deal with life, then the more that life throws at you, the more you're able to stay present. The more that life throws at you, the more you're able to step into life and still keep giving your gifts. So don't pray for life to get easier. Expand your work ethic, expand your commitment, deepen your intentionality. Hustle is a part of the flow of life. And if I look at anyone who succeeded, they have hustled. They have hustled with intention. They have hustled with love. They have hustled with alignment to a vision. They've hustled to bring their purpose and visions into life. I look at everybody wants to be great. Everyone wants to be a JFK and a Jordan and an Oprah and a Zuckerberg and a Steve Jobs and an Elon Musk. Everyone wants that. But so few of us are willing to do what it actually takes on a daily, day-in, consistent basis. We often do it for a minute. We often do it for a second. Then we get sidetracked. We often allow, one of the things that also gets in our way is we allow the thoughts and our mind and our thinking to hijack our attention, to hijack our awareness. We often start believing the crazy thoughts that pop up in our mind. Oh, it's hard work. It's hard work. You know, I teach a 9-month program called the Coach Apprentice Program. You can find out more about it on my website. But I've been teaching the most dedicated and committed group of souls I have ever met. I'm so proud of my apprentices. If you're watching this, I love you. You're amazing. You know, I decided I was going to create the most intensive, challenging, rigorous coach training program on the planet, almost like a Navy SEALs of coaching. You know, and I was going to stretch them because I wanted these people to be game changers. And I had a conversation that was really real. And I had a conversation, and I said to my apprentices, why do we think we can just become a coach after like 10 hours of practice or after a weekend seminar? Yeah, how are you going to be a coach? And I said to them, how do you expect to be a masterful coach after taking a seminar for a weekend? That doesn't make you a coach. You have to embody it. To embody it, you have to work. You have to embrace the hustle. Stop resisting the hustle and embrace the hustle. If a doctor, to become a doctor, medical doctor, you have to train I was told 60,000 plus hours of intensive training. 60,000 and years, like a decade or so of your life. I was telling my apprentices and my coaches, why do you think after you can be a coach and you're going to help transform someone's life after 10 hours, 12 hours, a weekend, a month? If a doctor's training, intensive training, 60,000 plus hours of time. So I think we have to be willing to put in the time, to be willing to develop the level of mastery, to commit to the level of mastery it takes to be excellent at whatever it is that you do. So what is it that you do, and what is it that you say you're committed to? And I ask you, are you really committed to that? Are you really committed to that? One thing you have to let go of is settling and mediocrity. settling, and mediocrity. So just take a look at your life right now and ask yourself, where am I settling for and where am I being mediocre? Where am I not calling myself forward to be excellent? It's not about perfection. There's no such thing as perfection in the physical world, but it is about the commitment, the inner commitment and decision to being the best that you can be and being magnificent, being and achieving and expressing the fullest of your own soul's potential. So where have I been settling? Where have I been like allowing myself to be mediocre? And to really make sure that on a daily basis, whatever you're up to in life, whatever your goals, dreams, desires are, to really make sure that you are taking the consistent action that is actually taking you towards the direction and the fulfillment of your vision. What I'm saying basically is that you're hustling in the right direction. So commit to the hustle. Stop expecting things to be easy. And then you free yourself. You know, when you free yourself, when you're willing to put in the work, and you're willing to put in the work, you're willing to put in the work. You know, life, look at life every single day. Life is the hardest working, you know, being, entity, expression on the planet. It's life, right? It's its own thing. But every day, the consciousness, the intelligence, God, the divine, whatever label you choose to put on it, wakes up the sun and it shines the sun and it shines the moon and it's breathing the stars and the light is breathing 7 billion people and functioning all of this, beating your heart every day. You'd imagine God saying, oh, I'm a little tired today, I don't feel it. No. Every day, life shows up. Life is constantly hustling. Life, the divine, is hustling on your behalf. And if that's the case, you realize that you are part of life. So in that realization, commit, amazing friends, commit to hustling, commit to putting your gifts out there to the world, because when you don't, often the dreams, visions that you have don't end up manifest in the 3D, and as a result, you, me, and everyone else, we don't get to experience the joy and the bliss and the benefit of your artistry, of your book, of your creativity. You end up robbing the world of your gifts, and that's a tremendously sad thing. You'll find that the more you hustle, the more you put yourself out there, the more you risk, the more you take action, and as you hustle and as you hustle and as you hustle in alignment with your soul, that is when the wings of grace, that is when the wings of grace will show its face and carry you towards the fulfillment of your vision. Embrace the power of hustle and see your dreams come alive. If you've enjoyed this video blog, I invite you to share it with all your friends and family. Make sure you subscribe. You'll receive gifts and updates from me on a weekly basis. Great to connect. Sending you big love now.